And we're back! After a year-long wait, the epic saga of Wicked continues with Wicked for Good, the highly anticipated second half of John M. Chu's cinematic adaptation of the Broadway phenomenon. If you thought Part 1 was grand, vibrant, and full of magical chaos, buckle up! For Good dives even deeper into the turbulent world of Oz, exploring loyalty, betrayal, love, and the difficult path of a young woman destined to become the Wicked Witch of the West. Today, we're breaking down the full story from beginning to end, so grab your broomsticks and get ready to soar. Let's set the stage. At the end of Wicked Part 1, we left Elphaba, our green-skinned, misunderstood protagonist, soaring through the skies, having realized that the Wizard of Oz is a fraud. She's radicalized, committed to justice for the animals, and ready to embrace her destiny, even if it means being labeled wicked. Meanwhile, her once rival, now best friend Glinda, chose safety over rebellion. She remains a dazzling, blonde powerhouse, loyal to the wizard, and utterly unaware or willfully ignorant of the corruption and cruelty around her. Their friendship, which had blossomed into something rare and beautiful, is now fractured. And into this simmering tension steps Fiyero, our charming, conflicted prince whose heart is torn between duty and love, caught between two extraordinary women. The movie opens with a bang. Wide shots show the sprawling outskirts of Oz, where the wizard's human minions are forcing animals to labor under brutal conditions to build the yellow brick road. Suddenly, Elphaba descends from the sky in a superhero-style entrance, using her powers to liberate the oppressed creatures and send a message to the wizard. She will no longer be silenced. Back in the city, Madame Morrible, the wizard's loyal press secretary, spreads propaganda, painting Elphaba as a dangerous, malevolent force. And Glinda? She's now the bubbly spokesperson for the wizard, unknowingly complicit in this deception. Fiyero, reluctantly serving as a high-ranking guard, struggles with loyalty, love, and conscience. Right from the start, the stakes are set. Friendship, love, and justice are all on a collision course. While the politics and action drive the story forward, the heart of For Good lies in the complex, evolving relationship between Elphaba and Glinda. In Part 1, we saw sparks fly between the green outsider and the popular pink-clad girl. Initially at odds, eventually inseparable. In For Good, that bond is tested. Scenes of the two women exchanging glances, sharing silences, and confronting each other in song remind us that their friendship is rare and precious. Their duet, For Good, remains the emotional apex. Even years after the stage musical premiered, these lyrics, poetic, occasionally baffling yet undeniably powerful, hit the heart. As Elphaba and Glinda navigate betrayal, ideological differences, and the pressures of society, we feel the weight of their choices. This isn't just a story about magic, it's about trust, identity, and the painful cost of growing up. The romantic stakes are equally complex. Elphaba and Glinda are each drawn in different ways to Prince Fiyero. He is charming, conflicted, and deeply moral, torn between the life expected of him and the world he truly believes in. Then there's the wizard himself, Jeff Goldblum at his charismatic, manipulative best. A huckster masquerading as a powerful leader, he gradually reveals the corruption at the heart of Oz. His interactions with both witches are filled with tension, drama, and occasionally dark humor, positioning him as the Darth Vader of this world. Charming, dangerous, and morally compromised. For Good doesn't stop with our main trio. Subplots abound, weaving through the story like threads in an intricate tapestry. Elphaba's half-sister Nessarose struggles with bitterness and longing, confined to a wheelchair but yearning for autonomy and love. Her affection for Bach remains tragically unrequited, adding a layer of human fragility to the sweeping narrative. Meanwhile, the wizard's empire tightens. Glinda, ever the idealist, tries to make sense of her role within an increasingly authoritarian regime. And through it all, the citizens of Oz, the animals, and minor characters add depth, world building, and those occasional surreal touches. The non-player character crowd of the city, who deliver proclamations, warnings, and comic relief.
As the story nears its climax, Dorothy arrives in Oz, carried in her Kansas house by a cyclone. This brief appearance signals the intertwining of the prequel with the original Wizard of Oz mythos. And just like the superhero origin stories we've seen in Marvel and DC universes, the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion receive many origin stories. Each explains their defining traits: courage, heart, and intellect. Or, in the case of the Scarecrow, the apparent lack of it. Some of these reveals are slightly muddled or deferred, but they serve to tie the narrative to the iconic characters we all know and love. Musically, the film is a feast, even if the songs are slightly less catchy than Part 1. Erivo's powerhouse performance in No Good Deed is a showstopper, visually and vocally. Ariana Grande's The Girl in the Bubble provides a quieter, emotional counterpoint, revealing Glinda's internal conflict. Choose Direction continues to deliver sweeping cinematic vistas. The yellow brick road stretching into the horizon, Emerald City glowing in all its Technicolor glory, and magical flight sequences that make the characters feel weightless and free. Nathan Crowley's production design and Paula Tazewell's costumes elevate every frame, blending Broadway theatricality with cinematic realism. The final act is where everything converges: love, politics, and destiny. Elphaba embraces her wickedness, not out of malice, but as an act of defiance against a world that refuses to accept her. Glinda must reconcile her feelings for her friend and her allegiance to the wizard. Fiyero confronts his true loyalties and feelings. The climactic musical numbers, especially For Good, deliver genuine emotional weight. This is the moment where friendship, love, and self-realization intersect. Even if the story has moments of padding or convoluted politics, the core relationships hit their mark. By the end, we understand why Elphaba is seen as wicked and why her bond with Glinda remains indestructible, even across ideological divides. So, what's the verdict on Wicked for Good? It's ambitious, messy, and at times overstuffed, but it soars when it matters most through the electrifying performances of Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, the lush visual design, and the emotional resonance of the central friendship. It may not always match the sparkling highs of Part 1, but it gives us closure, spectacle, and heart. For fans of the musical, the novel, or just anyone who loves a magical story about friendship, courage, and defiance, Wicked for Good is a journey worth taking. Broomstick, not optional. So, if you ever wondered what it's like to see Oz, politics, romance, and magic collide in one green and pink whirlwind, now you know. And remember, no matter what the world calls you, sometimes you just have to embrace your own wickedness. Narrator. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another magical movie deep dive.